Здравейте, здравейте, муци и моми, аз съм GMR, а това е епизод 10 от поредицата на The Outer Worlds, Peril on Gorgon. Продължаваме там, като бяхме стигнали. Да. Сега да видим, че малко ми се губи докъде и какво трябваше да правим. Добре. Айде отиваме там да видим какво ще става. Готиното в целия случай е сега, че имаме fast travel май почти навсякъде, ако не навсякъде. Абе, имаме fast travel определено. Ето тук, добре. Чуп. Това ли беше? Лонгън определено искам да дигнем на 150. Лонгън и след това искам да дигнем Inspiration на 150. Така, сега на къде е пътя? Добре.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Сте крави, бе. Така.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Ти нещо знаеш за кравите? What are you on Gorgon? What are your thoughts on Gorgon?
I hope we can help Miss Minnie uncover what happened to her mother. I wouldn't wish the pain of not knowing on hardly anyone.
You've poked around the 2000-летния сокол. Ever find any records of Lucky Montoya?
Not a word. And I've been sticking my nose in every one of our stately ladies' crannies, stem to stern. Oh, law! That sounds untoward, don't it? That ain't what I meant. Point is, Captain, Mr. Hawthorne left all kinds of scribblings behind panels and under consoles, but ain't a lick of it mentioned Mr. Lucky. So whatever they got up to in the past must have been really extra secret. And lots of fun.
Не ми харесва. How are you feeling about this job right now?
It sure is lonely out here on the edge of the colony. Anything could happen, and ain't no one gonna come to help us.
That's all about Gorgon.
Alrighty. You change your mind, you just holler. You know, whoever wired this ship up had no idea what they were doing.
Добре, какви сте крави, бе? По-скоро якове са. Улико. Интересно. Отидем да поговорим с другите хора от екипажа. Както гледам, не си писал на лобата. Това беше местото насам, нали? А, не, това е местото на първати. Окей. Вече знаем как изглежда баща й. Интересно, мога ли преспим в нейното легло? Ако преспим в нейното легло, какво ще стане? Че 8 часа. Няма коментар, няма девойка до нас. Кофти. Някакво цвета, което не е... Ей, какво си? Всъщност, дайте да им обераме всичките неща. Ароматизатор. Само с кой ли ще ходи насреща сада? Като нищо, като гледам. Ева да си говорим. Искам да те питам какво мислиш за Горгон. Max, what's your take on this whole Gorgon business?
I must say, our mysterious antagonist is quite rude. It goes against all wireless etiquette to not identify yourself when tossing around threats to life and limb.
They obviously aren't too happy with us looking into Gorgon.
Under normal circumstances, I'd point the finger at Spacer's choice, but they wouldn't hide in the shadows. They'd throw the full force of their security apparatus at us.
You've got a point.
If only we could blame this all on their incompetence. But it's not really that. Not quite. Don't be deceived. UDL knows exactly what they're doing.
UDL. You mean Universal Defense Logistic?
UDL created the Spacer's Choice Company to flood the market with cheap substandard goods, and it gave them the capital to be the most powerful corporation on the board. Their profit before quality ethos has not only filled their pockets with bits, it also defines who they are and explains the disposable quality of life in Halcyon.
Profit before
I suppose you
quality.
could say their incompetence is a design feature. The Marauders are just the natural end result of how little value they ascribe to any human life but their own.
Even... Space choice. Even so, it's still surprising.
What's surprising to me is that I allowed myself to be a part of that system. Even after they threw me in the penitentiary, I still acted like I was doing their bidding in Edgewater, selling the townspeople on the idea that the plan supported the board's rule. All in pursuit of a book that I thought would solve all my problems.
But it did lead you to what you've been searching for your whole life.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel better, but please, don't misunderstand. I can still feel regret, as well as a myriad of other normal emotions, but that's all just part of the perfection of life for me now. My emotions neither consume nor define me.
Let's talk about something else.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Не, няма какво повече да си говорим. Я да видим това какво е. Pocket Watch. Сбор трейдинг картс. По-ще ги прочита тия неща. Да не губа прекалено много време. Защото искам да уби... ето... Бъдат литър. При него има 330 неща за... екзамен... преглеждане, да речем. Това е на Феликс от сега мога да кажа. Той беше фен на тази игра. Драма кит. Тук очаквам да има само бутилки. Добре. Фотограф ни как се скрива. Мъртъв. Живо. Все още. Триплейт. Прекарваме през тези неща по-набързо, после аз ще си ги погледна, защото, както казах, не искам да губя прекалено много време. Интересно.
Hey, Cap.
Значи ние като разгледаме различни неща от стаите им, можем да си говорим за това. Okay. What's with the Raptidon in your room?
Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed. I had her preserved.
How long ago was this?
It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very proud.
Прей. Тя била малко манечка, когато го направя това. You had that head for 20 years.
Oh, sure. Once in a while I've got to bury her and come back later. She's a big girl. Tough to lug around. But she's been with me a while, so...
Mind if I talk to it once in a while?
Her. And of course, she's a great conversationalist. Never argues, never judges. Hey, Cap.
Сигурно е с резната тиква. Няма проблем. Let's talk about this Gorgon job.
We've seen a lot of stupid in this colony, Captain. Trying to turn raptidons into diet toothpaste. But this, if it's true, if marauders were made, someone ought to burn for it, Captain.
Agreed. Murderers were among the first humans I encountered after I woke up.
Calling them human is generous. They fit right in with the wildlife. I knew folks who turned. I've seen it happen. It's a slow, insidious descent into madness. Ain't but a shell left behind, sniffing around for its next meal like a canid.
I don't think I ever see you this fired up about something, Nyoka.
Well, someone has to be. Marauders are a problem.
Easy,
Finding
bitch.
out it's self-inflicted
Girl.
is... Ugh. Someone unleashed that evil on our colony. And at the end of all this, they ought to look that evil in the eye and account for it.
Спокойно. Judging by the state of Gorgon, they may already have.
Maybe. I suspect whatever happened wasn't enough. Someone's pet project died. Cry me a river. Let's go. Let's find out what happened.
Айде. Къде е Ели? Къде е Ели? Къде е Феликс?
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who
Това ме
keeps
стресна.
ordering these?
Всъщност, къде са останалите? Двама души не мога да намеря. Оп. Феликс.
Good to see you, boss.
Got a minute, I want to talk to you about this business on Gorgon.
You know, if you told me a corporation was responsible for making all the marauders, I guess it was Spacer's choice.
You've been a bit pensive ever since the OCI. Something on your mind?
I don't know what pensive means, but I've been thinking. That voice we heard, the ghost of Gorgon, I can't stop thinking about what they said. Whatever happened on Gorgon was no accident. Spacer's choice made the marauders.
On purpose? I don't know, Felix. What if it was an accident?
Crate of tile cigarettes falls off the back of a loader? Accident. Thinking that bottle of industrial cleaner is a bottle of Rizzo's Spectrum Red? Also an accident. Doing some freakish science in a secure research facility on an asteroid and unleashing marauders on the entire colony? Definitely not an accident.
Okay.
Spacer's choice made the marauders. And then those marauders ended up in every corner of Halcyon.
Perception. This is really bothering you.
Everybody knows somebody who got hurt by marauders. Everybody knows some place they got hit by him. Let's just get to the bottom of this job.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, boss?
Някакво друго си кажем. Но къде е Ели? Ето те, Ели. Какво правиш тука?
Something on your mind?
Да, бе. Let's talk about the Gorgon job.
You know I've got no love for top rungers. But if Minnie's willing to pay, I say we take her money.
You ever heard of Lucky Montoya?
Sure. Like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs. Pretty sure half of it was made up.
Why do you say that?
You ever get the feeling someone's just trying too hard?
I guess.
There was just something about Montoya I couldn't quite trust. He was always the center of a room, and he slapped a lot of backs to stay there.
Sounds like a nice guy, I think. So?
I'm trying to say that if he screwed this job up, that's on him. I still like our odds. He may have had a rep, but you're more capable than he ever was.
Oh, Ellie, that's nice of you to say.
Hey, don't get used to it. What's on your mind?
Any idea what happened to Lucky?
You heard the
Всъщност,
phonograph.
знам.
Idiot had a theory about canids and got too close.
Намерих ми
Sounds
тялото.
like Lucky, all right.
Enough about Gorgon.
Sure. Something on your mind?
Nope. Сами бой, с тебе говорих ли, бе? За тебе нямам спомен.
Every SAM unit comes lean, mean, and ready to clean.
Добре. Ада, с тебе.
Captain, transmission request from Ambrose Manor.
I guess me wants an update. Patch her through.
Captain, imagine my
Здрасти.
surprise when I saw the unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news.
Не сме. Someone warned me to stay away from Gorgon. Then walk the place down.
Someone? You mean someone still has access to the facility? Oh, after all this time. Who was it?
I don't know. We didn't have a chance to exchange pleasantries.
Drat. Make sure you have eyes on the back of your head. I doubt we've seen the last of this human
При положение, че не
vexation.
го знаем кой е.
If I know Spacer's choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need authorization and layers of it.
Are you familiar with Gorgon old research stuff?
I seem to
Stuff или
recall
stuff
that
пише?
Mother worked
Аз мисля, че
closely
stuff
with
пише.
Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives.
Аз сега директно с очите ми много ме дразни, после пак ще я преместа, защото прекалено много ми дразни очите. Did you know that Gorgon was developing adrenaline?
I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch, though the marketing quieted down over time.
Were you aware that adrenaline created murders?
What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea adrenatime could make marauders out of people. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's Choice is keeping their dirty little secret about adrenatime off the record.
Много ясно.
We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder. I only hope we aren't too
В
late.
множествено число обаче. Да, те определено се отвори за абсолютно всички, които са станали мародери, което горе сърно силно на убийство, и които мърдарите са убили. Така че има за какво да отговарят Spacer Choice. Why would Spacer Choice risk everything for a stimulant?
Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend, a drug that boosted productivity with no adverse effects. The promise of adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise.
Could one drug really do all that?
I don't know. And thanks to Spacer's Choice, we may never find out. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of adrenatime was fulfilled, and I doubt I'm the only one.
I'm heading back out. You really know your business, Minnie.
Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing. I spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals, professionally speaking.
Nice.
Mother wouldn't hear of it. She didn't think I had the wit to succeed in her line of work. Safe travels. If your leads give you any trouble, be sure and give them some trouble back, yes?
Yes.
That's the spirit.
Малко да се игра в
Until
Карина
next
с Minnie.
time, my good captain.
Welcome back, Captain.
Да можехме да говорим
How can
сега?
I be of assistance?
Не, нищо ново, поне.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Yeah. Let's go. Мисля, че няма значение на кое от двете места ще кацне, така че
We are now
просто
the
да
owner
кацне.
of Byzantium, Captain.
Мисля обаче си взема сам с нас този път. Малко разномразиме. Плюс това той прави цифра демидж. Да не го използваме в принцип дърпане назад. малко ще се портаме, защото може да избегнем този гаден лагав участък тук покрай летището. Нали сами? Здрасти, брат.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your ears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
You asking me to be your minder? I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating. Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for this SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
Само е доста интересен помощ другото. И мисля, че са много добра комбинация Сами и Парвати. Тя е луда по техниката, той е техника. Мисля, че може да стане нещо. Доколкото е възможно, естествено.
Still a work in progress. If you're here for the annual Canid review, I'm afraid it's already over. Only thing going on behind those doors is good, old-fashioned lawful behavior.
Ти прилича на Нико Бърванки в тази игра.
Confidentiality agreement. You hereby agree not to disclose the location or existence of these events. Thank you for cooperating.
Добре. Can't review. I don't know anything about a can't review.
Exactly. You do catch on fast. Now then, how can I help you?
I like it. Първо да питаме така. What's with all the secrecy? This place isn't exactly hard to find.
We find that our clients enjoy the appearance of participating in illegal activities. Secrecy contributes to a feeling of indecency. The Musgrave family collection was intended to be a gallery of fine art. And here we are, using this place to practice semi-legal Canaan
Трябвало е да
shows.
бъде.
Scandalous, isn't it?
Perception, you say the place was supposed to be an art gallery. What happened? Точно това ми е любопитно и на
Privileged
мен.
information. I really shouldn't tell you.
I thought you were into the breaking rules. Сме чаровни.
That's a fair point. All right, I'll tell you. But just keep this between us. The Musgraves own one of Earth's largest private collections of
Дигна
art
се
and
си дигна
literature.
левата вежда
They
само,
were going
обаче
to
не
have
било
the
само
entire
дясната
collection
малко.
shipped all the way to Halcyon. Unfortunately, that collection never arrived. We haven't heard anything from the delivery convoy, and there's some purely hypothetical concern that the collection might be, well...
Stolen?
I was going to say indefinitely delayed by unforeseen and unknowable circumstances, but yes. Let's go with that. Anyway, that's as much as I can tell you. Will there be anything else?
I'm looking for Quarans, mostly.
Mr. Mostly is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter his Canid La Place into our competition. You should find Mr. Mostly just inside the prep room. Head inside and take the door to your left.
Okay, thank you. Добре, обаче ще видим, ще се срещнем с господин Мостли в следващия епизод. И ще разгледаме тук какво се случва в следващия епизод. Да. Пожелавам ви всичко най-хубаво. Пожелавам ви всичко най-хубаво. Чао, чао и до нови срещи.